Hello again, everybody. I'm Scott Kasman. It's time to take a look at the news and features from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. It's a big action-packed program for you on tap this week. Coverage from the Cadet World Championships in Slovakia, the Pan American Championships in Mexico City, and the world's largest wrestling tournament, the A6 Vaughn Junior Nationals in Fargo, North Dakota. Let's kick it off at the Cadet Worlds. It's where the U.S. came away with 4 individual titles and a world team trophy. The first day, freestyle saw 2 Americans reach the top of the box. It was the 4th straight year the U.S. had at least one freestyle world champion. Well, this year was a little bit better. Pennsylvania's Spencer Lee ripped through the bracket at 110. He picked up 3 tech falls and a fall without surrendering a single point. In the gold medal round, he scored a tech over Afghan Kashalov of Azerbaijan, 11-0 the score. He was named the Mat.com Wrestler of the Week for his outstanding performance. It was New Jersey's Mason Manville up next. He won his first 3 bouts by tech fall, and then he shut out talented Russian Radek Valiev 5-0. It was the gold medal round. 2 second-period takedowns the difference. Pennsylvania's Gavin Teasdale came up just short of a medal. He finished in 5th at 95 pounds after losing a close decision to a tough Georgian in the bronze medal round. Minnesota's Mark Hall earned the 3rd individual title for Team USA on the 2nd day of action. Hall was impressive at 167, outscoring his first 4 opponents by, get this now, a score of 33-5. And then it was time to dispatch the always tough Mongolian Zandabad in the finals. It was a 4-1 decision there. Pennsylvania big man Jordan Wood also reached the finals at 220 with 3 wins before losing to a very tough Georgian opponent in the finals. Now, the 4 medals gave Team USA a 3rd place finish and their very first Cadet World Trophy since the tournament was revived some 4 years ago. We talked with world champ Mason Manville, who traveled directly from Slovakia to Fargo.
I didn't really take it as pressure. I was just, going out there to wrestle. I came with a mission. I wanted to win, and I just focused on it and did everything I needed to win. Push the pace in the correct ways so it opens people up. It gets the right places tired, open them up so I can take my attacks. And I'm just always looking to score, always looking to just dominate.
Now, in the women's freestyle division, Team USA earned another world gold. This time, it was Taisha Alou. She powered through the bracket at 123, ripping off 5 victories against some outstanding competition. In the semis, she had a 1-point win over Japan's Ari and then dominated the finals with a 9-2 win over her Russian opponent. Alou has a gold medal from the Worlds to add to the bronze she just won last year. Alou also traveled directly to Fargo and caught up with us and talked about the win.
When I got my hand raised during that final match, I just broke down in tears because it was like that was the happiest moment of my life. It was like I couldn't believe it for a second. I was like, oh my God, I was so excited. It was so fun this year. I had it was a wonderful time. That was so fun. I wish I could go back to that moment where I got my hand raised.
Other highlights from Team USA on the women's side: 5th place finishes from California stars Katarina Lobzinger at 143 and Gabrielle Garcia at 114. Both came up a little short in the bronze medal round, and Team USA, well, they finished 5th in a very tough field. Now, as we told you last week, the U.S. was unable to reach the podium on the first day of Greco action, but on day 2, Illinois' Tim Young went on a run at 187. He made it to the bronze medal round, where he lost to a very tough Belarusian. Young's 5th place performance was the top finish by a U.S. Greco athlete at this year's Cadet Worlds. It's time to head south of the border, Mexico City, Mexico. It was the Pan American Championships. We talked last week about the Greco-Roman event there. Team USA was able to claim the team title with great depth across the lineup. Next, well, it was the U.S. women who had a team full of college stars testing themselves for the senior level. Leading the way, 2-time junior world champ Victoria Anthony at 105. She pinned 3 straight opponents to reach the gold medal finals, and it was there she faced Canada's past world champ Jessica McDonald. Well, the bout was only a few seconds in when McDonald suffered a shoulder injury, giving the Pan American title to Victoria Anthony. The American women also captured 4 bronze medals, with the athletes losing just once and winning in the bronze medal bout. King College national champ Haley Agello won at 116. Missouri Baptist talent Cheyenne Youngblood checked in at 132. King College national champ Julia Salata performed well at 152, and Lindenwood star Victoria Francis did her job at 165. The U.S. team would go on to finish second behind a very tough squad from Canada. The men's freestyle team was up next. They closed out the meet for Team USA with an amazing run and a team title. World and Olympic champ Jordan Burroughs put on a show at 163. He faced world and Olympic medalist Livon Lopez in the championship finals. Burroughs put on an offensive clinic against Lopez, running up the score on his way to a 13-2 tech fall. He was also named the outstanding wrestler of the event. He was one of 5 Americans who came home with the gold. Former Minnesota star Zach Sanders rallied from a 2-0 deficit to defeat his Cuban opponent Alfredo Cisnero. The score 3-2. That was in the finals at 125. Sanders trailed 2-1 before scoring the eventual winning takedown in the second period. We go to former Boise State All-American Andrew Hochstrasser. He cradled and pinned Canada's Michael Esseltine for the gold at 134. Ohio State's Hunter Stieber scored takedowns in each period to down Puerto Rico's Pedro Soto 4-1 in the finals at 154. And former national champ from Lehigh, Zach Ray, well, he hammered Jose Malacqui Encarnacion of the Dominican Republic with a 10-0 tech fall in the finals at heavyweight. 3 American wrestlers captured bronze medals: Frankie Molinaro at 143, Clayton Foster at 187, and Deron Wynn at 213. U.S. freestyle athletes finished the tournament with a combined record of 25 wins versus 3 losses. Not too bad. Not too bad indeed. We have more news. This time when we come back, it'll be from Fargo, North Dakota, so stay tuned.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because you know, I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
Hi, I'm Wayne Boyd, Director of Operations and Development for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. The club was founded to help wrestling worldwide, especially at our senior level, of course at the collegiate level and the high school level. But the most important level for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club is the kids level. And these are some of the guys today that will be tomorrow's Olympic champions. Let's hear it, guys.
Titan Mercury!
That's Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, San Marino, California.
All right, welcome back to the show. Let's head to Fargo, North Dakota. More senior level action there. Coming into the event, there were 7 spots on the U.S. World Team up for grabs at the Phase 2 U.S. World Team Trials that were held right alongside the ASICS Vaughn Junior and Cadet Nationals. Phase 2 Women's Trials were held on day 1. 121 and 132 were contested, along with a very special wrestle-off at 152. We'll start at 121. Helen Maroulis secured her 5th trip to the World Championships by sweeping Sarah Hildebrand in 2 straight. Maroulis won her first match by way of pin and then scored a tech fall in the deciding second.
I needed patience, first of all. I saw everyone, already made their teams and they were competing all over the summer, and I was still here training, and then I was injured and I didn't even know if I was going to compete here, so I think I just had to be really disciplined and have a lot of patience, and I just really relied on God for that.
Jenna Burkert set the stage for a trip to the Worlds at 132. She beat college star Brianna Delgado in 2 straight. Burkert took bout 1, 8-2, and then the second, 11-1. U.S. Open champ Jennifer Page was hurt and received an extension for the final series. So Burkert and Page will now have to wrestle off within the next 15 days.
I don't think I wrestled how I wanted to, but I wrestled solid, and solid matches, you gotta win solid, so I was really looking forward to that match with Kelsey. I knew how to wrestle tough, and that's what I did, so today was a good day. So they were both just tough matches, tough opponents.
Well, there was a special wrestle-off at 152. It's where U.S. Open champ Randy Miller received an extension at the Phase 1 trials in Madison due to injury. She would face trials champ Veronica Carlson in the best-of-3 series. Carlson started off with a 3-0 victory in bout 1, but the 2008 Olympic bronze medalist Miller turned it up in the next 2. She took the second by the score of 2-1, and then Miller closed it out with a 6-2 win in the deciding third.
I just had a very slow start. I was having a hard time getting warmed up. I don't know. I don't really have an explanation for it. Just had a really slow start, and you know you can't have a slow start wrestling someone like Bonnie. So I paid for that slow start in that first match.
Well, 3 days later, 2 Greco-Roman World Team berths were up for grabs. We go to 156 pounds first. U.S. Open champ and 2-time world bronze medalist Justin Lester, well, he'd face young Patrick Smith in the final series. Lester put on an offensive show in bout 1 with a 9-0 tech fall. The second match was more of a battle, but Lester led the whole way for a tight 2-1 victory. The former Olympic team member will now head to his 7th career World Championships.
It's just another tournament I got to go through to get to the World Championships. You know, competition's competition, whatever they throw it at you. Just put your shoes on, get out on the mat, and get the job done. I had kind of a difficult cut this time. I got a little sick, but usually, you know, I'm eating, drinking all the way up until more than usual. So it's a good weight class for me.
Next up, 176 pounds, past Division III national champ from Elmhurst, Joe Rao dropped in weight and qualified for the finals, where he drew 2012 Olympian Ben Provisor. Both matches were close and hard fought. Rao took bout 1, 1-0, and then came back with another 1-0 win to take the series for his first senior world team berth.
It was probably the worst cut I've ever done, but I made it possible by having a great diet and extra cardio and a lot of support from my teammates, you know, pushing me when I think I'm breaking, I can't make it. I had guys like Pat Smith telling me, like, come on, let's keep going, you'll get it off. And, you know, it wasn't easy, but all the things that I did in preparation made it easier, made it possible.
Well, we invite you to tune in next week for coverage of the Phase 2 trials and men's freestyle, where 2 more weight classes will be up for grabs. Should be exciting. Stay tuned. We'll be back. There's more. You're watching USA Wrestling Weekly.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Well, the first national tournament held at the Fargo Dome was the Cadet Women's Division. It featured the future stars of Team USA. Michigan star Kenya Spencer came in as a defending champ and left as a two-time winner. She drew another past Cadet national champion, Taylor Rosario, in the finals at 172 and came away with a 9-2 win.
Well, it's huge. It's a big tournament, and I don't know. It just feels great to win. I mean, there's so many girls, and they're all tough competitors. This year, I knew I wrestled she won last year, and it was definitely harder this year.
Colorado's Ashlyn Ortega was named the outstanding wrestler after scoring a 10-0 tech fall over Oklahoma's Kayla Morano in the finals at 132.
It's a huge opportunity to know that I could accomplish achievements at both styles. That's huge for me. There's so many great wrestlers here, and I'm just happy to be a part of them.
In total, there were 5 pins in the gold medal round. Naomi Chavez of Texas came from behind to pin Brooke Thurber of Wisconsin in the finals at 95.
As soon as she took me down, I was like, I have to come back. I'm not doing this just for me. I'm representing my state. Not only that, me and my mother had a discussion earlier, and she said, do it for the Lord. So I'm doing it for the Lord.
Georgia earned their first championship when Haley Horton pinned Jocelyn Murphy of Illinois in the finals at 101.
Mostly just thinking, go out there and wrestle my best and have fun, and then go out there and
well, scoring all those points, was that fun, obviously?
Yeah, it was awesome. It's mostly Coach Dave Matthews and Mike Miller. Those two have both helped me so tremendously from the past 5 years.
In an all-Washington final, Sierra Joner pinned teammate Tommy Musteller at 115.
It's amazing, you know, doing that hard work, it pays off. You know, listening to your coaches, it's what gets you here. Doing every push-up, every sweat drop counts, everything. You got to go out there and wrestle your hardest. You can't stop, you can't give up or anything.
Idaho's Sierra Foster grabbed the title at 124 when she pinned Brittany Bates of Texas in the final round.
It's the practice. Being in the high school room, it changed the way I wrestle, and it helped me. And then this is my first year going to the BASU camp for the boys, and that definitely helped me out a lot too. A lot of different coaches, a lot of things that I learned, and a lot of techniques to help me win.
South Dakota won their first national title when Ronna Heaton earned a 10-0 tech fall over California's Anastasia Ramirez at 108. New York's Alexis Blue held off Pennsylvania's Mariah Harris 4-3 in the finals at 154. And California's Nonya Reyes-Small rallied late in the match to outlast Desiree Giamaresti of Illinois 7-6 in the finals of 143. And Washington's Emily Huerta rolled to the title at 198. She won the round-robin competition with 5 victories by pin. California would go on to win the 3rd straight cadet women's team title, while Texas, well, they finished in 2nd. Washington finished in 3rd. Hey, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Well, next up in Fargo, the Cadet Greco-Roman Nationals. A bunch of young athletes burst onto the national scene. The spotlight turned on, and it was bright. Wisconsin's Bo Bresky fell short of winning a coveted USA Wrestling Cadet Triple Crown last year, but he's still in the hunt in 2014. He overpowered a talented prospect in Illinois' Kamel Bay by a 10-0 tech fall to win the Cadet National Greco-Roman title at 170. Bresky now owns cadet national titles in folk style and Greco this year and will go for the freestyle title later in the week. He was also named the outstanding wrestler of the tournament for his performance.
He was always a little bit lighter than me, and I always wanted to wrestle him, like wrestling people that push me. And, you know, he was really the only guy around my weight that I really wanted to wrestle. I didn't ever wrestle before, so I kind of want to prove myself. I wrestle the best. If you want to be the best guy, wrestle the best. And that's just what I had to do.
Two other wrestlers also stayed in the hunt for a Triple Crown. California's Jaden Enriquez won the title at 126. He takes the second leg of the Triple Crown by defeating Arizona's Quentin Hovis 6-2 in the finals.
This is a guy by the name of Bill Mitchell. You know, he took me under his wing, and I really appreciate him that. And then God just had a blessing. I had Coach Mitchell last year, and we had a connection, and it was pretty much just a true blessing from God just to get such a smart, intelligent coach like him.
Minnesota's Keegan Moore added a Greco title to his folk-style crown and remains alive for the triple at 182. He edged out Utah's Wyatt Colling 6-5 in the finals.
You know, just keep wrestling. I mean, if I would have stopped, you would have scored. Just keep wrestling.
That simple.
It's that simple. I think my closest high school match of the year this year was 5-3. I mean, that's a 1-point difference out there. I mean, he pushed me to my limit, and I passed. So, I mean, I love getting pushed. So, I love getting in those tough matches. Luckily, I win.
Talk about the idea of being a Triple Crown winner.
I mean, that was the idea last year, coming in here and then taking a loss of World Rescue out there. Left me twisted. I don't want to have second. I don't want to have that little plaque. I want the big one. So, you know, it's a great idea. And hopefully I'm going to get it.
Austin Gomez of Illinois repeated as Cadet Nationals champ. He fell behind before storming back for a 19-8 tech fall over Iowa's Bryce West at 113.
I wasn't sure if I was going to wrestle Greco this year. I didn't really want to. My coach just said, if you want that second national title, you have to come out for Greco again. So that's what I did, and I worked really hard all summer. He came out really strong first period, so I know he's going to get really tired, so I just had to keep calm and keep wrestling. If I want that national title, it's got to get off my back and not get pinned. You know, you should not get pinned in the finals like that.
We go to 132. Minnesota's Jake Allard trailed late 12-7 in the bout before throwing and pinning Idaho's Jerron Chavez in the finals.
Greco's my strong suit. I felt like we both had that body lock pretty even. I was just a little patient to pull the trigger and go, and he did that before me, and that's why he got those first 8 points on me. Being that I'm a first-year cadet, this is my first Fargo tournament ever, and it was nerve-wracking, but also really exciting. I'm glad I achieved my goal. Like my coach, Brandon Paulson, he's an Olympic medalist and silver medalist in the Olympics, and it's just kind of like I said, goes without being told. You just know, and in that room where I have him coaching me, you're amped all the time.
Hometown favorite Brandon Metz of North Dakota overcame an early 4-0 deficit, went on to pin Alan Stallings of Illinois in the second period of the finals at 220.
I'm not used to being down all that much, but I know the throw is there, so I took it. Last year, it was a pretty tough bracket, just getting good experience, but this year, it was a whole different story. I came out here wanting to win it.
Trey Keeley of Illinois survived a wild 12-8 win over Minnesota's Patrick McKee at 88 pounds. California's Nicholas Aguilar led early to down Utah's Brandon Mickle 7-2 in the finals at 94. And it was Ohio's Matt Stenzel's turn. He nailed down a textbook headlock for an early fall over Michigan's Wyatt Harden in the finals at 195. Fellow Ohio native heavyweight Kevin Vo controlled Oregon's Osawaru Odigizua 8-1 in the 285-pound title round. It was Colton Williams of Texas who downed North Carolina's Wilson Smith 8-5 at 120, and Nevada's Ian Timmons got behind early but went on to pin Iowa's Drew West in the finals at 106. Arizona's Roman Bravo Young led 4-3 before headlocking and pinning Michigan's Dominic LaHoye at 100 pounds. Now, Minnesota's Owen Webster, well, he punished Ohio's James Handwerk by tech fall at 160 pounds, the final there. Idaho's Matt Park recorded a quick 57-second pin over Logan Gruska of Illinois in the finals at 145. Missouri's Ethan Karsten controlled Wisconsin's Devin Barr for an 8-3 victory at 138. Oregon's Riley Jaramello rolled to an impressive 11-0 first-period tech fall over Iowa's Anthony Sherry in the finals at 152. All in all, Illinois would repeat as the team champs with 101 points, while Minnesota scored in second with 57. Wisconsin followed with 47, and Ohio with 44. Well, it's time for our USA Wrestling Photo of the Week contest. The picks are sent in by families and fans from around the country and are being considered for our photo contests in our USA Wrestler magazine and our USA Wrestling Facebook page. This week, the picture comes from Fargo. It's Minnesota USA Wrestling photographer Dave Peterson who captured this shot of Minnesota's Morgan Pfuffinger nailing a back suplex in the Greco-Roman tournament. Hey, you can have your photographs considered for our contest simply by emailing them to Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. Folks, that'll do it for this week's show. From all of us at USA Wrestling, I'm Scott Casper, and thanks for watching.